right?
That's what Terry said too.
Building that's still there on the north side of Main Street.
We don't have to stay till
Had the
late,
apartments
but I guess we
up
need to
there.
get a
It used
table
to
if we're
be
gonna
quite
go.
like a lot of places, quite a downtown.
You ought to, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, let's get started. Okay, it's Monday, May 16th, 2022, 9 a.m., Wilson County Court, Commissioners Court. Special meeting is now in session. If y'all would, join with me in reciting the Lord's Prayer. Our Father,
Who art in heaven,
hallowed be
thy
thy name.
name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread,
And forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
and lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay. Now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to agenda item number 2, Richard L. Jackson County Judge Olga Marrero, Elections Administrator, meeting to canvass votes for constitutional election. Okay.
This report is different.
They're talking about.
Because you have, you have to use your mail and this is the person. So if you add this across, it'll come to that.
Okay.
Yeah, so the system is different. with this.
Oh,
So
okay.
here's your prop one, here's your prop two.
And this is just by boxes? Is that what this is?
This is just by boxes. So this
Okay.
is by code by boxes.
Okay. Did you want me to canvass them by the box or just totals?
You can do it either way you want to.
Okay, let me just verify that they match right quick.
Okay.
So this is going to be for State Proposition 1. We had a total of 2,533 for, and 199 against, for a total votes cast of 2732, and that is correct. So then that number should match the
All of
total.
this together, it'll come to that.
Yeah, I was just looking to see if there was it.
What was he against?
Against was 199,
Okay.
And 4 was 2.
2,533,
Okay.
and that was State Proposition 1. And let me go ahead and do it by code 1, boxes 101, 103, and 416. And this one I just did. We had Proposition 1, 464 in favor and 41 against. In code 2 boxes, 102, 104, 206, and 207. We had 949 in favor and 100 against. In code 3, box 205, we had 180 in favor, 12 against. Code 4, boxes 311, 312, 313, and 415, we had 661 in favor and 30 against. And in code 5, box 414, we had 283 in favor and 16 against, for a total of 2,732, which matches the total report.
27,
32
32?
total.
Okay.
State Proposition 2. We had 2,460 in favor, 276 against, for total votes cast of 2,736. That was 2460 in favor, 276 against, for a total of 2,736. Code 1, boxes 101, 103, and 416. We had 448 in favor, 53 against. Code 2, boxes 102, 104, 206, and 207. We had 886 in favor, 160 against. Code 3, box 205, we had 179 in favor, 14 against. Code 4, boxes 311, 312, 313, and 415, 659 in favor, 34 against. Code 5, box 414, 288 in favor, 15 against. That brings your grand total to 2,736, which matches the total.
Entertain a motion to.
I'll make a motion, Judge, that we approve
Second.
the canvas.
Motion by Commissioner Fowles, second by Commissioner Perdola. We accept the canvass for the constitutional election on May the 7th. Is there any more discussion, questions, anything? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Thank you. Okay, moving right along to agenda item number 3, Richard L. Jackson County Judge, discuss and take action on replacing Commissioner Precinct 4 Larry Wiley with Commissioner Precinct 3 Jeffrey Perdola on Development Review Committee. Commissioner Wiley, would you like to make a,
I make a motion that we do it.
oh, okay, you're going right into the motion.
Yes, sir.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Martin.
And if you want to comment, at this point, through most of the time that I've been commissioner, a good portion, if not the majority of the growth has been in Precinct 4. That has tapered down. Precinct 3 has quite a lot going on right now. And since I'm a lame duck commissioner, it only seems fair that Precinct 3 have a chance to step in and fill that position. That's why I made the motion.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Martin. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So now we have a new member on the Development Review Committee. Precinct 3 Commissioner Jeffrey Perdola. Okay, moving along to agenda item number 4, Paul Fowle, Commissioner Precinct 2, discuss and take action on appointing Donald K.C. to the ESD 5 Board.
Judge, we had one of the board members turn in and resign for personal reasons. He had to leave out of state. So they asked that we get somebody on there pretty quick. So Mr. C, I interviewed with him 2 weeks ago, and I highly recommend he'd be qualified to do the job. So I'll make a motion that we appoint Donald K.C. to ESD number 5.
Second.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Fowle, second by Commissioner Perdola. We appoint Donald K.C. to ESD Board number 5. Is there any more discussion?
Yes, I'd like to point out that not all of us were aware of what was going on here. This is the second time that this has happened. I've had other people approach me and say they would like to be considered for the board. I think we need to develop a process to do this, make sure all the commissioners are aware of what's going on, what the needs are, so that we can properly address them.
I would agree with that. In the past, Precinct 1, Precinct 2, Precinct 4 overlapped in areas. I did most of the interviewing, but I did make the Commissioner of Precinct 1 aware that if he wanted to interview, he could.
Okay. Anybody else have any comments? Okay, I can see where that would come in. Okay, you have another applicant? Okay. Do y'all want to go forward with the vote, or do y'all want to withdraw and interview both applicants again? Because if you interviewed the one that you have,
I have not.
you have not?
I was not aware that there was a positions open. I received a resume, and I received a request that they be considered when an opening became available.
How imperative is this that we have to replace the
I just,
position?
I know that the county attorney, their representative, he's the one that even called me and says, well, they need somebody pretty quick, because I guess they're doing the budget, going through the budget process, or going through some items that they needed to fill as soon as possible. That's the reason why I put it on the agenda.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to be here for Monday's Commissioners Court, but is it something that to where the interviews could take place this week and an appointment could be made on Monday, next Monday, as opposed to today? But if we're going to do that, it's important that, 1 and 2, you work closely together, that both of you interview the candidates. And come-
ESD 5 takes in mostly precinct 2 and some of precinct 1. Does it have any precinct 4 in it?
No.
No.
No, just 2 and,
4 doesn't have anything to do
2
with
and
it.
1?
I know, all I'm saying is that in the past, before the new ones came in, that Commissioner Gomez and I interviewed most of them, but I gave him an opportunity if he was interested to interview the candidate.
And when you and I had a replacement, actually the opposite occurred because you were not well at the time, so.
Right.
But we did talk, we did agree, we discussed it. and-
So, my opinion, I'm no different than anyone else's, but I think it would be important that both commissioners interview the candidate or candidates, and then perhaps they can come to a joint decision.
So do we want to postpone this till
you
Commissioners
wanna
Court?
Well, there's a motion and a second on the floor, so he's either got to withdraw his motion or we got to vote.
Would
One of the two.
you want to kind of explain to Commissioner Court your resume, basically what your past experience of what you've done?
Started out my life as an adult, working in fire, volunteer department as well as EMS as well, worked in ambulance squad and fire. And when I left from that and joined the military, spent a total of 27 years total in the military police. Retired from the military back in 2012. Only half of that was on active duty, for the 15 years on active duty, 12 years on reserve duty. And then I spent, left active duty with the military to join Border Patrol, spent 20 years with Border Patrol, retired as a deputy patrol lead in charge of the station with Border Patrol. Since then, since I retired from both of those, I've been working as a veteran service officer for Karnes County, basically doing what HR group does here for Karnes County. I work at part-time 2 days a week.
Mr. C, whereabouts do you live?
I live on B Street.
Oh, okay, you live here in town?
Yes, sir, yeah. I live-
Okay.
I live across from the middle school there on B Street.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Be a good suggestion if the other candidate could appear in Commissioner's Court, since we all got to hear this one.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I just, county attorney wanted me to get it on the agenda as soon as possible, so that's why I called you. And
Yeah.
I didn't know there was someone else available, you know? We don't normally go out and advertise, you know? Normally, the commissioner will go out and try to find somebody.
Sometimes you almost have to.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he's gone to some of the meetings already.
But this gentleman seems obviously qualified, but my opinion still is that if we have a second candidate, I was not aware that,
I wasn't either.
that we probably ought to interview that person as well. You should both interview him.
Like I said, Mr. C, he gave us his resume right here. If you would withdraw your motion, then we can invite the other candidate to show up at Commissioner's Court, and then we can make the decision then.
I'll withdraw my motion if you got somebody that you want to
I just think, I mean, since,
bring in.
you know, first of all, he should have notified all the commissioners, or at least me, anyway, if he was looking for somebody. I'll have a chat with him about that myself.
Do you think you can get the other candidate to come in Monday?
I don't know what their work schedule is, but I'll see if they can be available.
Well, to me, it's not as important that they come in
As
for
it
the
is for
group
us to talk to.
as for the two of you to talk to them.
I would just mention, since Mr. C came in and gave us that we could allow the other person the same opportunity. But if y'all get a resume from him and can distribute it to everybody, and y'all can talk to him, whatever, then we'll have this vote again next Commissioners Court meeting on the, let's see, today's the
This
6th,
gentleman certainly seems
23rd?
qualified.
Okay. Did you get down to Commissioner Fowle with, okay.
Yes.
Okay, sorry for the wasted trip in. Well, we weren't here, we didn't have to come very far since you live here in town. Okay,
This will give you time to change your mind.
After the last 2 meetings, if I haven't changed my mind, I have a different month.
okay, agenda item number 5, adjournment at 9:17. I said it'd take about 20 minutes, and I wasn't far off.
You didn't miss it far, did you?
About 2.5 minutes. Why don't you say something, Brent? I can unplug that for you.
Two P cattle company around Stockdale that has Longhorns? Yeah, it may be, you know, somebody that I know of, but I can't think.
2 cows, maybe,
Yeah,
and they got a branch name, and they got 10 acres.
yeah, and a mobile home.
Exactly.
Brandon's putting a bunch of cows down at Pandora, but
He doesn't go by 2P Cattle Company, does he?
no. All his cows would have a tag with